Okay, stream's gonna start real soon. Today I'm thinking of doing a little bit of Star Rail because I haven't had a chance to go in with the recent patch since I've mostly been playing Wuthering Waves. So probably the first hour or so I'm gonna try out boothill and then maybe play the new event. I don't know what it's about, so we'll see what that's like. And then maybe after that I'll jump over to doing Wuthering Waves, just to kind of finish off the story. I think there's about 2 or 3 hours left from that story. Hi everyone, what's up? How you guys doing? There's no way you actually play the game? Which game? Staria? Or do you mean Wuthering Waves? Can we get some backstory on the profile picture? Okay, that's a story all on its own. Will the VOD be saved after the stream? Yes, it will. Yesterday's stream had some weird issues. It didn't post the minute the stream ended for some reason. I don't know why. It was kind of slow. So, somebody was asking about it, and now it's there. So, yeah. Backstory on the profile picture. So it's kind of funny because I was trying to think about what to. I don't want to say the word brand myself around because it sounds kind of cringe, but I didn't know what image I wanted to use because if you've been following the channel for a while, previously it was central finite curve and stuff like that. And it was a picture of like a bottle, but I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and while I was trying to think of ideas of what the profile picture was gonna be, I was looking at my cat, and then my cat was looking at me, and I was like, I'll just use my cat. So I got my sister to just draw a cat, and 10 points if you can figure out what the picture of the cat is wearing. Like it's a recolored version of something, but it's I don't want to give it away. Like just try and guess what the clothes are. It's a welt. I thought it was kind of funny to have the cat dress up as welt. So I told her to like, hey, this is Welt's. This is Welt's picture, and can you make our cat wear those clothes? And that's how that cat image came out. So, just to let everyone know, I will have the cat on if I'm not recording something, but I'll turn it off when I need to record because I use some of the footage for videos and stuff like that. You just didn't know you did any HSR gameplay stuff either? Yeah, I only just recently started doing streams because I wanted a way to be more involved with people who are, you know, following the channel, because a few people ask me whether I have a Discord or if I have a like a Twitter or what's it called now, X. But I don't really have the time to manage those things, so I thought the best thing would just to have a stream where there's no pressure for everyone to be there. I just stream whenever I have the time to do it, and that's where I'll just throw whatever gameplay that I happen to be playing at that time. So sometimes it's Star Rail, sometimes it's Wuthering Waves. My friend keeps saying Welt looks like an NPC. Why? I like his clothes. I like the way he dresses. I like a lot of the clothing design in Star Rail. I like the Trailblazers clothes. I like Welt's clothes. I mean, they all look. It doesn't look like overly futuristic, but at the same time, it's done quite well. So I really like a lot of the character designs. I like Sunday's character design. I think I was kind of gushing over here yesterday, if you were on the stream. Like if you compare it to Genshin, I kind of like Arlecchino's design, but I don't like the Traveler's design that much. I don't know. It's just a preference. But Star Rail has been, there's a lot of really good character designs. Like Aventurine has like the whole peacock motif and the roulette wheel. And it's not like overly done. Like a lot of the characters just look really nice. Locha has, really like a really nice design. I like the Trailblazers one as well. You get the ticket and the stopwatch, the conductor stopwatch. A lot of the designs for Star Rail, I really like Sempo. I've always wondered whether this is his mask, because we know Sparkle has a mask and Giovanni has a mask. So I've always wondered whether this was his mask. The thing on the right hand side of his shoulder, like the pauldron he's wearing. I don't know. Even Gallagher looks, it's not like it's overly done. It looks just nice for what it is. I mean, some of them has like kind of weird glove combinations, but. And then I think Misha has I think he has where's the Trailblaze ticket? Yeah, there it is. And the really interesting thing is that if you look at like the Trailblazer, right? Where is he? Just bear with me. So the Trailblazers one is like, it has a red tag, and then I think Himeko's one is a red tag as well. Maybe it's not reddish, brownish. I don't have Welt. Where's March? March one is red as well. But if you look at Misha's one, it's purple. So it's probably from a time before, the previous, what do you call this? The previous nameless. Lumine's design is nicer than Aether. Aether's, I don't know, I just kind of don't like the exposed stomach armor. It just looks weird to me. Anyways, I wanted to try boothill. I mean, I've tried him, but I'm curious what March 7th's design is gonna be when she gets her new powers. That is kind of interesting to me. And I don't know if, like, doesn't Boothill just remind you of McCree? Oh, sorry, what's his name now? Cassidy from Overwatch. Where does his hand? What? Okay, I kind of saw a visual bug just now. Even the gun is.
Oh, you stand still.
I don't know, right now the hunt characters seem, I don't want to say unnecessary, because I have a lot of fun with characters like Dr. Ratio, but that's mostly because I really like follow-up characters. But I don't know if you have characters like, I don't know if characters like Boothill has a place in the, I don't want to say meta because I'm not a theory crafter, but yeah, he seems, I don't know, like, do you need a single target right now? Like, a lot of the destruction characters can do like almost the same amount of damage, I guess.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
Waiting in line for a blitz duel.
The only really satisfying thing with Boothill is that I like his attack animations when he's using the enhanced attack, because he basically does the uh, he does the fan the hammer, and I don't know what the hell is this pose.
There are only two kinds of people in the world. Those with the
And the ult looks so good.
dig their own grave.
Like it does like 12k damage. I don't know, maybe I'm kind of using it wrongly, but and I like the effect stack appears on his character design. That's really nice.
Let's do it. Fair and square. Draw. I didn't see you count three.
The reason why I'm a little bit interested with boothill is because I have Run Mei and the what's the Harmony Trailblazer, and I heard they work really well together.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Bring it on. There's your reward.
Time for a shot.
I mean, like 80k is okay on a single target, but
Let's do it.
probably Acheron's not a good comparison. But she can do like a whole other level of damage.
Secure. Net marker activated. Time for
It might also be the fact that
enter the storm.
boothill is coming out in a time where,
To guard and
you know, the
defend.
previous patch was Robin and what was the character before that? Acheron's banner, I think.
This battle is
There's no
unavoidable.
reason it was those with the most guns.
And right after this is going to be Firefly and Jade.
Lend me your
So
Time's up.
yeah, like I mean 120k damage in a trial is not that bad, but he has his light cone, right? He has his signature light cone, I think. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm tempted to just kind of
strength. Commencing
pull
support. Ready
pull
for
for him, like maybe just 10 summons, but you know, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm saving for Firefly because I really need a fire DPS. One game mode where you fight a single powerful boss. Yeah, I mean it's the same argument with I guess Zhongli when he came out, or rather when they changed his skills. They introduced enemies that made shield less viable. But yeah. I also don't know if it's I know Fushuan is good, but I don't know if I still want her given I have Aventurine. Because I know she removes the need or the worry for whether your team is gonna get CC'd. And she also has like a lot of she has buffs built in. So I don't know about that. Yeah, that's the reason I'm not really I was saving for Fushuan and then I got lucky with Aventurine's banner, and then just when I got it I was like, okay, I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, I'm gonna record this a bit because I need the footage for this. This guy kind of reminds me of was it DC Comics that has the Game Master? I don't remember. Just goes around the universe just setting up games for people. I wonder whether at this stage the main character knows that he's a mask fool. Because we knew he was a mask fool when through the memory bubble of him having a conversation with Sampo. But I'm not sure whether in universe it has already been revealed that the Trailblazer knows that he's a mask fool. But I mean, probably anyone can kind of guess. But don't pull. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna be saving for Firefly. I really need a fire DPS and I don't have one at all. At least for a physical DPS, I still have I kinda can use Clara and What's that? Who's that character that summons the giant chicken? Oh, Sushang. Yeah. I mean, Sushang's pretty decent. I don't have Robin though, so she does well enough. I wonder if there's like a backstory to this, or is it just one of those events that, oh, you just play the game and then that's it. This is another thing that I really like about Star Rail. They don't take themselves seriously at all. Like, they just go with the galactic baseballer and the fact that it's like this trash raccoon or trash panda or whatever you want to call it.
Ready for another? Seize the moment.
Oh, it's a wave thing? Okay.
Let's go.
Nap time. Enemy target, enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Rules are made to be broken.
Wow, they really went with the galactic baseballer aesthetics. Weapons possess different type that can inflict type damage and reduce enemy toughness. This ranger's longbow will attack after the team unleashes an ultimate.
A thousand wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one.
I'm just gonna spam
Enemy
out.
data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
And another thing that I really like is also the fact that they basically let you just go absolutely nuts with this, because
Ready for another? Let's be friends.
even with like really low multipliers right now, I can kind of see this going completely insane once you start stacking a lot of things.
Are made to be broken.
Oh crap, I pressed the wrong thing. Like, seriously. Wind and lightning damage. I need Kafka so bad to complete my dot team. Do you have Black Swan?
Enemy targets detected.
Because Kafka and Black Swan is a crazy ass combination. You kill things, you level up, you choose buffs, get the legendary weapons, watch 90 million damage. Yeah, I mean, like, look at the multipliers. I'm really curious what's gonna happen if you bring in like
Ready for another?
Acheron or something like that. This is with physical Trailblazer.
Let's be friends. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated.
Here's the other thing about me. Whenever I play this kind of games, I have this really weird OCD with seeing anybody with even just a sliver of their life taken away,
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
And I have this incessant need to ensure everybody's topped off.
Rules are made to be broken.
Everyone for me launches attacks at a fixed speed and fires flame rounds at random enemies. Oh, that's cool. I wonder whether these abilities that you get, the arrow and the thing, has anything to do with the eons. Is the bow something to do with Lan?
Time for a shot.
Rules are made to be broken.
Commencing support. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Enemy HP are in the millions in the harder difficulties. Yeah, I would imagine they'd have to scale everything up. Otherwise, you're just gonna get a situation where you're already doing so much damage and you need it to scale. Oh, they made it, like, even for like a event that's gonna last like 2 to 3 weeks, they put in so much work for it with all these different things. Like, everything has a different combination and there's like all these things you can mix and match. I don't know, Star Rail's events have always been fun for me. Because they put in so much work and you might not even see this event repeat in the future. And yet they still put in so much effort to do them.
Can we talk?
Just a scratch.
I personally really wanted Jing Liu, but I got Akron and her light could instead. It's not a bad trade-off. I mean, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but Akron...
Let's make it quick.
What's the best team for Akron right now? Civil Wolf and Pela, right? Doesn't that just mean in the future she's just only gonna get better once you get more and more characters that can fill those debuff roles? Increase the number of attacks for launch type weapons. Let's do that. Let's do this. Yeah, let's just randomly take something. If I'm not mistaken, and this is kind of going into leaks already, I heard there was another debuffer coming out soon.
Do we? Still enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
And I heard he or she, I don't remember, works really well with Akron. So the more those types of characters come out, then the more... I mean, Akron is already as really strong as it is. I mean, the only type of leaks I follow is character leaks, as in kits. I don't follow lore leaks because obviously I want to, you know, make videos about theories and stuff. So I don't look at theories. I mean, like, story leaks. I'm also wondering whether when March gets her new abilities, will it be something related to... will she still be a preservation character? I'm kind of curious about that.
Time for a shot.
Yeah, character kit leaks are fine. As long as, like, it's not like, oh, Sam is Firefly. Yeah, nothing like that.
Pay for that.
knowing Star Rail, they might just go that route of just, you know, calling March 7th new form March 8th or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Are you going to pull for boothill? I don't know. I'm trying to hold myself back from summoning for boothill because I really want Firefly. And I have maybe about 100 summons right now in the bank and all things put together. So I'm tempted to summon, but probably I'm not going to summon at this point. I might throw 10 summons in just, you know, to sate my summoning desires, but
That's better. Thanks for the support. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Thanks for the support.
yeah, I'll probably say for Firefly, but you know, what I say I'm gonna do and what I end up doing is often two different things.
Made to be broken.
Holy hell, that was... This is on trial characters and these things are starting to become kind of nonsense.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Is anybody going for Jade instead of what do you call that? Firefly?
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
What the hell is that damage?
Let's make it quick.
I considered summoning for Jade because okay, I'll say the negatives first. One is because it's erudition, and I don't know if erudition has enough of a buff to
We were supposed
have
to
a place in the game right now outside of what do you call that game mode? The pure fiction. But on the other hand, have you seen her alt animation?
Ready for another? Nap time. Let's be friends.
Let's go.
My actual Stellar Jades forbade me from such. That's why I try to save as much as I can possibly save.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I've been kind of lucky with this account, so I can't complain too much. But
Rules are made to be broken.
I don't know. I really want to summon for a lot of these characters. The action speed of this weapon increased by 30. You know what's another thing that I really like about Jade? Her weapon. She's using that sword whip thing that is like segmented blades. I really like that. That looks really cool. What do you think of Oswaldo representing Dark Side of Trailblaze? That kind of brings up this really interesting, I guess, phase within the nameless lore. So if you looked at the navigator profile for IC, it sort of tells this story about what happened to the nameless after
Seems I've been waiting a while.
after Akuvili supposedly died. And apparently a lot of, like, some of the nameless broke off into their own kind of sub-factions because they think they understand Trailblaze better than everyone else. So I'm curious whether Oswaldo is gonna be one of those characters where they have an idea of what Trailblaze should be, and it's just a perverted version or like a corrupted version of what, you know, we expect Trailblaze to be, which is this, you know, adventure positive thing. I actually kind of have a video coming out about that, so I'm not going to spoil it too much.
Time for a shot.
I've been pulling every patch. My Jades need a break, but they keep coming out. I have a friend who does exactly that. So like what I do is I will save for the characters that I want, and then when the character gets released, I will just throw everything into that banner. But I have a friend who just maxes out all the Primo Gems that he has at any given time on whatever banner is currently available. So if it's like Jade, oh, he'll just go for Jade. If it's Firefly, oh, he'll just summon for Firefly. And then when he eventually runs out of Primogem and he has a character that he really wants, that's when he'll go like dumpster diving for like Primogems by going looking for chests that he haven't found yet, or like doing tutorials to get like even one you know, one piece of Primogem.
Ready for another?
I can't play like that because I'm one of those people who easily regrets their actions. So I have to be 100% sure that what I'm summoning is something that I know I'll like. Otherwise, if I look at it as like, I should have summoned this character. Even pull Topaz to find chests. Oh, that's why maybe he was trying to pull for Topaz as well, just to be able to find more chests in a situation where he needs to. Here's an interesting question. Which character, just choose one, that you've summoned but you've regretted summoning? I don't know who that is for me. I need to kind of look at the roster. I'll do that after this. I'm not paying attention to my gameplay at all.
Just a little something.
Sparkle, really?
Thanks for the support.
I didn't summon Sparkle because I was saving for Akron, but everyone was like kind of selling Sparkle a lot. Like, oh, Sparkle is like, if you have Imbibe Lune, you need Sparkle. Blade in 1.1? Yeah, I guess Blade did kind of fall off. I mean, he's a good character, but wow, they even actually give you a graph of like which damage, like which item that did the most damage. That's really cool. I bet anyone who's done data analytics would be super appreciative of that they can see their stats and stuff. Cosmic reputation and increase your reputation rank. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I guess, ooh, there's a lot of stuff. How many planets are there? I should probably be paying attention to this. From now on, you need to push blah blah blah. Let's see the departure gear I give you. Okay, before beginning the plan, help with the initial weapon. Team bonuses also blah blah blah. Do we get like trial characters? Oh, we do. That's cool. Okay, hold on. I wanted to answer that question earlier, which is which character I regret summoning. I don't think I regret summoning anyone. yeah, I don't think I regret summoning anyone. Every character that I have has had some level of use throughout the time that I've played this game. Like I haven't built a lot of 4 stars, of course, but like a lot of the 5 stars, like most of them have. Like that's kind of funny because like you would normally hear Star Rail have a lot of like the power creep is insane, and I guess you can't really deny that. You know, there's a lot of power creep in Star Rail, but the fact that a lot of these characters still have a place, like you can use a lot of these older characters and they still do quite well. You know, it says a lot about the balancing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to find the silver lining here. Any idea about 2.4 characters? No, not at the moment. As far as I know, when I look at the characters that's coming out, it's only up to 2.3. I regret Arlen? I don't know. I wasn't kind of going for Arlen. I think I have like most of his Eidolons. Yeah, there you go. it's like an E6 Arlen. I've never used him. Like, I think I use him just to kind of put in relics that I'm leveling for somebody else. Scroolum? Oh, I heard somebody mention that 2.4 was gonna be Sunday and Scroolum. I don't know if that's true, but yeah. But I heard Scroolum was initially supposed to be a 4-star, and then they made him a 5-star, and then they kind of made him a 4-star again. Let's go into Volcanic Planet. Let's see. Everything's weak to fire. Let's try this combination. I heard Pure Friction has a really good... some of these are weak against... Let's try this combination. This might be a funny team to try. .4 is mostly Xianzhou characters. Oh, really? Oh. Does that mean that we're gonna go back to the Xianzhou storyline and see what Jingliu and Luocha has been up to? I'm kind of curious about that. They kind of left it like hanging in a sense. Because we didn't really see, like they said they had this plan of how to go after Yaoshe, and then they just kind of left it at that. I'm kind of curious to see what it might turn out to be, like what their plan is. And I want to know what in the world is in Luocha's coffin. My current guess is it's some piece of a dead abundance emanator or something like that, like Shuhu or something, and that's what Luocha is using. It's like like Luocha himself doesn't have any abilities, but he's like kind of just using the coffin as a way to apply those powers. I don't know. That's my dumb guess, but I miss adventuring and now I regret it. Ah, come on, there's reruns, man. But the sad thing about reruns is that they always come out during a time where there's another character you really want. So now it's like, oh, I have to summon 2 characters. Somebody says that Ratio's kit is original for Scroolum, but they changed that. Oh, that's interesting. I read Scroolum's kit a really long time ago when it was like, when there was that leak apocalypse early into the game. Early into the game's release. And he had this really weird erudition thing where he would shoot missiles and had like a follow-up attack thing. Holy crap.
You won't get away. You won't get away.
Okay, so maybe my initial assumption of erudition characters not being that strong was completely wrong. Clearly, these characters are broken as
I
hell.
have something for you.
That's funny.
Time to twirl.
Maybe some general's dead body. That's possible. Because we haven't really explored the other Shanzo ships yet, right? And so far, how many ships are there? 7? 8? I know one of them is no longer, it has been destroyed or something. 5? Oh, okay, maybe I'm going a bit over there. I still don't have Himeko. That's a rather weird. I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky. I know people who still don't have a lot of the
Hedge your bets.
I know a lot of people who don't have some of the standard banner characters. Like I still don't have Bailu and Welt.
Time for an overhaul.
Another thing that has been kind of interesting, because I had this chat a couple of days ago, is Clara is one of the only characters that can actually counter in the game after being hit. I don't think there is any other character except for maybe Blade.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control
I wonder whether that's because like counter in this kind of games are just, you know, completely broken. Yeah, let's get more guns. As a general rule, if you didn't get a character on their first run, it's not core part of a team that you're building,
next time.
or it's not your favorite character, just don't pull for them in their rerun. I mean, I like summoning for newer characters, so I just automatically go for whichever is the new character. But I have picked up characters on reruns like Kafka, because I got lucky and got Black Swan, so... Uses a hammer strike on the enemy with the presently and fix. Let's just go with bow. Bow seems more fun. Also, like, for any of you who play Wuthering Waves, did you guys hear the news? There's some news.
I want to protect everyone too.
We're getting a quote-unquote reward. Not really a reward, but...
Are you alright?
What are you looking at?
You don't know what the news is? Okay, let me ask you this question first. Have you been saving for Yinlin?
Sure, I'll play along.
Because if you have, she's coming early!
You won't get away.
So for someone like me who hasn't been saving, it's terrible news. Yeah, I threw in a few for Jian, and then now Yinlin is coming early. It's like, what? It's coming out in 4 days, I think. Yeah, on the 6th. So... It's on PT 50? What do you mean? Do you mean they lowered the 50 thing, or like they lowered the PT requirements? Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's because of the issues with launch.
Still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire.
As I understand it, there's still a lot of people who have issues with the game still. Like there's issues with like there's a lot of bugs still. Disco Baseball. During this game round, every damage type dealt by allies and weapons will increase ally and weapon damage by 4%. Does that stack? Let's just go with the bow.
I'll play along.
If you want to have a really powerful character in Star Rail, Kafka is the one I will recommend. Okay, this is kind of personal opinion, and I'm not a theory crafter, so just take this with a giant bucket of salt.
Opportunity doesn't knock on.
But I never felt Kafka was strong until I got Black Swan. Maybe my team isn't properly built, so that could be it. But I didn't feel she hit too hard until I got Black Swan, and then after that it was completely insane. Black Swan's Arcana is just bullshit. It stacks so many times, and the more speed you have, the more you can stack it. It's just crazy.
I want to protect everyone too.
Will I be playing Zenless Zone Zero? I don't know. I mean,
Help me, Mr. Sora.
I might play it on stream. It's a more contained, like the gameplay is more contained, right? It's like a dungeon diver kind of thing. I didn't really follow it that much, but I might. I mean, I like Star Rail, so it might actually be pretty good.
I have something for you.
Is Zenless Zone Zero from Hoyoverse? Yeah, it is. It is from Hoyoverse.
You won't get away.
Mission command.
Watch your head.
Target threat index lowered.
Didn't they announce Zenless Zone Zero like really early, like a long time ago? I wonder why it's been in development for such a long time. Let's go for bow.
Sure, I'll play along.
Why am I not getting the gun to appear? It's so weird.
Time for an overhaul. You won't get away.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
All in.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Annihilate.
Yes, finally we get a gun.
Honored to meet me.
Heavy hitter is coming. When facing waves of enemy elites, there are clearance objectives to complete. If you want to clear the challenge, you need to defeat the designated number of enemies before the countdown reaches 0. The countdown will be displayed here. Oh, crap.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Ah.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I'm kind of curious whether Yin Lin is gonna be good with characters other than Kalcharo. Because she's a sub DPS. I know she buffs electro damage, but I'm kind of curious whether she's gonna be good for other characters, because I really want to summon something. Largest vision at a fixed speed with a chance to freeze enemy targets. Alright, let's go for that.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
I have something for you.
Speaking of 2.3, which rerun banners are we getting for 2.3? Does anybody know? I mean, we're getting Firefly and Jade, right? But who's the rerun characters? Ron May and Argenti? Oh, okay. I mean, Ron May's pretty good. But Argenti
Everyone too.
kind of fell off Like I don't hear anyone speaking about him. Sorry to any Argenti havers and likers out there, but
What are you looking at?
They should come back.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
I mean between Argenti and Runmei, I mean I have Runmei, but if I didn't have Runmei, I would probably go for her. If you just stack break effect on her, her damage buff goes up like what, 50-60%? It's just insane.
I'm not afraid of you.
Eliminating.
Honored to meet me.
Ho is rumored to be 2.4. I don't know. After I got Argenti, sorry, not Argenti, Aventurine. I don't know if I can ever move away from shields. It's just so comfortable to just keep stacking the shields over and over and over again.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Thor.
The only issue with shields is that if you have characters that get singled out, like all the enemies just start hitting one character. What is this? Raccoon tokens, okay. Alright then.
Perhaps you still don't understand.
Yeah, for MOC right now, I tend to default to Aventurine and what's that healer?
Humanity
Huo.
has its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Scoundrel's Kindness. Summons Blaze Beam to attack all enemies at fixed speed. If this weapon defeats an enemy target, it permanently decreases the damage multiplier for this weapon. That sounds pretty good. Let's randomly take stuff. Yinlin is going to be really good with every DPS. She is going to be even better with electro characters. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the reason why I wanted to summon for her. But now that she's coming super early, I don't know if I have the resources to actually get her. So, I'm hoping I get a little bit lucky.
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely. No dirty tricks.
I hope we get a new follow-up attacker soon. I kind of skipped out on Topaz, but I still like follow-up attack. Such a fun mechanic to use. Every time it, especially when it starts to infinitely loop.
Time for an overhaul.
Is she? I don't know. I never, like, the minute I saw Firefly was gonna be a playable character, I just stopped looking at every other character. I should probably take a look at her kit.
Time to twirl. You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Yeah, exactly.
Afraid of you.
There's Jade, but Firefly is there as well.
Humanity never
I don't know. I'm
concedes
probably
its
gonna be
desire to control the
summoning
heavens,
Firefly.
and I'm no exception.
I have this habit of once I see a character that I want, I don't care if they get nerfed or something happens to make them no longer viable or anything like that, I will still just summon for them. It was the same with Raiden Shogun in Genshin. Like, I didn't care if there was issues with her kid, or like there was a lot of rumors how she wasn't gonna be good and stuff. I just summoned because I like her design. I like those galaxy kind of effects.
You won't get away. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Hedge your bets.
Not only does she step on you, that whole stepping on you thing is literally her signing off the contract, isn't it? It's like you appear on her contract and she stamps the contract by stepping on it. I'm probably gonna go with Firefly because I've been putting off having a fire DPS for a while. And destruction is almost always a safe bet. Ugh, I hate Cocolia. She's so annoying.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Honored to meet me.
I think all counters are considered follow-up attacks. Like, Clara is technically countering, but it's a follow-up attack, right?
They should come back. Stay back, Clara.
Sure, I'll play along.
I want Firefly by waiting for much new form. I'm kind of curious what much element or path is going to be for the new form. Or is it going to be like a completely different mechanic altogether? Because I think in the special program, they said that it was something similar to how the Trailblazer can, you know, walk on different paths, but it's not a path mechanic. Of course, law and the in-game mechanic is going to be different things, but I'm just kind of curious whether she's going to get a new element and a new path.
I want to protect everyone too.
Is she going to be like a hunt character with like, I don't know, fire element or something like that? That would be interesting. Let's try making this level 10.
Are you alright?
Watch your head.
There's also rumors that we will get an abundance break focus in 2.5, so firefighting will be more broken. Abundance break.
Time to twirl!
I wonder how that would look like. Like a healer that can cause like more breaks.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
5-star Gallagher basically. Oh, okay.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
You know what you know what storyline that was never touched on? You remember in the Bellabox storyline when we did the companion quest for Serval? There was a scene where the Trailblazer could understand the monsters that were coming out of the what do you call it? From the, what is the Stellaron corruption called? Yeah, the monsters basically. And apparently the main character can... the Fragmentum. Yeah, thanks. So like the main character could understand the monsters that were coming out from the Fragmentum. But they've never actually talked about that since that bit in the story. And it was hidden away in Serval's
It won't be so
companion
easy
quest.
next time.
I'm wondering whether they kind of just did away with that with like what happened with Danchu's storyline. They kind of just changed all of that. Or whether that's going to be answered sometime in the future. Because we still haven't learned much about the Fragmentum at this point. Yeah. Double legendary. Let's go.
Are you alright?
Because I'm kind of curious what they are hinting when they kind of, you know, brought that up. Like, why can the main character be able to understand the monsters? And then they just never talked about it after that. So I'm kind of curious whether that would ever come back into the future. In the future.
Time for an overhaul.
There's another thing that's interesting about Yarilo 6 or 4. Yeah, 6 I think. Was that Sampo went out of his way to make sure that Sparkle left Belobog and him alone. Like, don't go and cause problems. That's the whole reason why he went and helped Sparkle during Black Swan's companion quest. And I'm kind of curious why he went through the trouble of doing that. Is there something on Jarilo 6 that the fools want or is critical to the story? I think because the Fragmentum stems from the Stellaron as well. Maybe that's why. Yeah, that's the prevailing theory. But I'm curious where that storyline is gonna go. Is there gonna be some situation where we end up having to go into the Fragmentum or something like that? But you're probably right. It's probably something to do with the fact that the main character has a Stellaron in them.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I'm personally wondering if we're gonna come across the Riddlers. According to the databank, the Path of Trailblazer and Enigmata should be direct enemies. I'm curious, like, if we do meet the Riddlers, I wonder how they're gonna implement it. Because the whole thing about the Riddlers is that they obscure language, right? So, like, how would a story quest or like a main story or whatever you want to call it revolve around that? Right now we've met a fictionologist, but I mean, not really. We've met somebody who used to be a fictionologist.
You won't get away. You won't get away.
There's another thing that we still haven't had answered yet within the Star Rail story for Penacony is who hired Sparkle. Because we know from the companion quest with Black Swan essentially reveals that somebody hired Sparkle to be there, right? But we don't know who that person is yet. And if we're gonna be dealing with the IPC story in the later half of the 2 point whatever patch, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting an answer sooner or later. Isn't it the IPC? I'm not sure. I might be misremembering this. Is it the IPC that hired her? Was it mentioned anywhere specifically? I don't recall the IPC saying that they hired her. Because if they did, right, why would she be giving Aventurine a hard time every time they meet? Because she clearly doesn't like Aventurine. What happened to the Dream Master? Yeah, that's the other thing, because we know that after, like, apparently Sunday used the souls of the 103 Oak family members to do his plan, but we never really learned of what happened to them. The worst thing that could happen is when we go into 2.3 and we are still in a dream. I hope to God that doesn't happen. Like we came out, we were like in a dream and then we came out of the dream, and then like if 2.3 is basically just going back to like, oh, you're in another layer of a dream. Oh, that's gonna be so bad. I mean, I don't know, maybe they handle it well enough, but I don't think I can handle having to deal with so many betrayals. It's a dream within a dream, and in the dream it's like, it'll be too confusing, I think. Wasn't a Dream Master confirmed dead? In the story, all we saw was that we saw the Dream Master's Raven things all dead on the ground, but we never heard what happened to them after. Again, I might be misremembering something, or maybe it's mentioned in a side quest or something that I haven't cleared, but yeah.
Honored to meet me.
Sure, I'll play along.
Speaking of Akron, her last words were pretty telling for the next patch. What did she say? My memory is that of a goldfish.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
The flesh wound.
Watch your head.
You saw Sparkle kind of sad in that last cutscene. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. On one hand, like at the end of the companion quest, when Sampo told her that, oh, I don't want you to, you know, mess around with this, and she looked kind of sad then, and then like after
Still
that,
don't understand.
you still see this situation, the cutscenes where she looks kind of unhappy or maybe even regretful. I don't know whether it's because she couldn't find the maximum amount of fun, like she's passing off those bomb buttons and all. Maybe it didn't work out for her, that's why she's sad. Or maybe there's like another underlying reason for it.
You won't get away.
Confess.
No dirty trick.
Because if you think about the law for the masked fools, right? It's not that they are just looking for fun, but it's also the fact that they know that the world is okay, wait. Let me take a few steps back. So if you look at the data bank for the masked fools, they tell of this story of how Aha basically went to the tree of existence and then saw that the universe was cold and rigid and it ran like a machine. So I imagine like most masked fools don't know that, and they think it's all about just having fun and enjoyment. But the higher ups know that it's just it's a depressing state of affairs,
Idle mode.
in the sense that
How boring.
they are powerless to control their destiny, and this having fun is just a way for them. It's like a coping mechanism for them. So it can turn out very depressing,
I want to protect everyone too.
because maybe Sparkle is one of those people who realizes that, you know, despite her saying, oh, I just want to have fun, blah blah blah, the truth is that she just, you know, realizes that she's a cog in a machine of reality and she has to follow her destiny.
The flesh wound.
Another legendary weapon. Let's go. I think someone mentioned yesterday in the chat that Boothill hates Oswaldo because Oswaldo is the one that nuked his planet or something like that, right? I think Charleston was the one that mentioned it.
It's a command. The pledge time, Lord.
Time to kill.
Watch your head. The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Rise to the challenge.
It's a lot of damage.
The flesh wound. Confess. Stay back, Clara. Are you all right?
Oh my god. Crazy.
You won't get away. You won't get away.
The flesh wound.
2,000, okay. Not so bad.
You won't get away.
The flesh
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away.
I hit the mark.
Do we know why Clipoth still gives the IPC blessings at this point? No, we do not. They seem to... I think the majority of the IPC are clearly not following what Clipoth is doing, but there's probably a very small minority at the higher levels of management that are still adhering to whatever Clipoth is doing,
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
or at least follows in its footsteps, I guess, if you want to call it that. We already had the fake ending, so no sense to do a second fake dream ending. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Like, imagine if there's gonna be another situation where, oh, you're in the Dream Master's dream instead of Sunday, and there's like multiple layers. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope there isn't some hidden enemy at the end of all this that we barely spent any time with, and then they're gonna come in and just say like, oh, I've been the secret bad guy this whole time. Because I mean, the whole dream thing is kind of similar to the, you know, Uchiha Madara stuff. It's not exactly the same, but you know, it's kind of similar. So I'm really hoping we don't get a Kaguya situation where it's like a dream within a dream within a dream. I think that's just too confusing. I really hope they don't do that.
You won't get away.
I still feel sus vibe from Black Swan because of her way of talking. I mean, Black Swan clearly wants something, but I have a feeling she's not outright bad, more because she's...
Or maybe I'll
It's clear what her motivations are. She just wants to get the maximum... Oh, sorry. She wants to see what the... You know, how the story will unfold. But I have this weird feeling that Black Swan
I have
is...
something for you.
Like... I don't know if any of you have read Eden Zero. But there's a character in Eden Zero that is essentially narrating the story. There's a lot of timey-wimey stuff that happens. But I'm wondering whether Black Swan is almost the same, or is playing the same role. Like, she's just narrating the things that is about to happen. Because there's this idea within, or I guess it's a theory in Star Rail, that everything that is about to happen has already been predefined.
no dirty tricks, alright?
So I'm just wondering whether she's kind of following us to see whether the story unfolds in the way that she expects it to. Because I think the main character clearly has the ability to bend fate or destiny or change it or whatever you want to call it. That's clearly what they're able to do, but I think Black Swan knows that, and Black Swan knows the original story, and she kind of wants to see like what's happening. Or whether it will turn out like that.
Bear witness. You are fighting a gentleman.
I'm not afraid of you.
Eliminating the flesh wound.
What are you looking at? Time to kill! You won't get away.
Rise to the challenge.
At this point,
You know who I am. This big
if Elio is not associated with the Black Cat,
Rise to the challenge.
I'm probably gonna have to drop this game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But I don't know. We've seen the Black Cat everywhere. It has to be related to something.
Lifetime loyalty.
every time the Stellaron Hunters appear, that black cat is there. It's in Kafka's splash art. It's in web events. It's there in the trailer for the Japella Brotherhood. You know, it's all there. But for some reason, like, we haven't heard anything about this cat at all. New equipment unlocked. I mean, the reasonable answer would be that it's probably like it's familiar or like a pet or a messenger for the group or something like that. That's probably the rational answer. But if it's like just some random cat that the developers decided to, hey, you guys want to just screw around with the players? Let's just throw this cat everywhere and make everybody just... It could be an Animagus concept. Like, as in like, oh, it's possible. But I'm curious why... how that would tie to the story. Why would Elio need a cat form? Or like maybe it's just a quirk that he has, I don't know. It's possible. Anyways, we're gonna do like maybe one more of this and then transition to Wuthering Waves. Oh, okay. Dot team. This is the time we can try dot teams. Where is Black Swan and where is Ruanmei and Huo? There we go. Applies dot, dealing Thunderbolt Thorns at the start of each turn. This enemy target receives lightning dot equal to 400% base damage. Okay. Wow, there's even like stat boosts and stuff. For a 3-week event, they really went all out. I'm really surprised with this. Let's get more weapons because I'm an idiot. Speed is probably good, I guess. Enhance AoE, what does that mean? I don't want to read. I'm just gonna randomly accessory slot. Oh, that's 6,000. That's too expensive. Let's just go with attack. Let's go with some HP. That's about done. Let's just start the challenge. Do you think that Adventuring Story is the best in Honkai Star Rail? Let me think about all the other storylines that exist and whether... To be honest with the Adventuring one, I was a little bit confused when he started going through the giant black hole that Acheron came out. And then I don't know what he did when he reached the reef.
What do you want to know?
But his story is sympathetic, at least, at the very least. Okay, I'm not reading the mechanics. What in the world does this do again? At the start of turn, trigger Thunderbolt attack to attack the holder and their allies. Okay, so it's just a symbol. Alright, sure.
Stand still.
Hi, Potion. How are you doing?
Existence is unity.
How are you this evening or day or wherever you guys are? Imaginary quantum physical, all ally speed increases by 30%. Let's do that. Dot damage has always been incredibly broken. It's just amazing.
Isn't chosen.
He escaped with the help of Argenti. Yeah, he did. But what was he doing there? Like he just went into the giant black hole, ended up in the dream, the whatever reef that place is called, I don't remember. And then after that, we just don't know what he did. And then they because we defeated Sunday, he just came out of the dream, and then we don't know what happened after that. I felt his story just
Never last.
didn't have a conclusion. I don't know, maybe in 2.3 we're gonna understand what he really did there. But when he had the conversation with Jade, all that she mentions was that the best bargaining chip that he got was the fact that he managed to record whatever Sunday and the Dream Master's plan was, right? So
Stand still.
I don't know like what else he was there to do. I'm sure there's supposed to be something, but maybe we just haven't learned of it just yet. Damn, 400%, that's so crazy. Dot damage has been getting so many areas where they can shine lately. I think the Pure Fiction also has like a dot buff at the moment, right?
I can do this.
What if the Trailblazer is Elio and then lost his memories on purpose? That is one of the theories that I've seen floating around. That they purposely inserted themselves into the quote-unquote story.
Grace and elegance.
The Path of Beauty is just that strong. Okay, of all the 17 or 18 eons that we have, the Path of Beauty is the one I understand the least. I've avoided making videos about it because I just don't understand what in the world it's talking about most of the time. Like if you read the lore description about it, it's about
Swept away by
understanding the true essence of the universe
them all.
and the underlying expression of what the universe is, and that is perceived as beauty. I just can't unpack that. I don't have the IQ for that.
Stand still. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Don't come any closer.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
By the way, do you have Discord? No, I do not, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Existence is unexpected.
That's actually not having a Discord is one of the reasons why I decided to stream, because I thought about having a Discord, but I just don't have the time to manage it, I guess. So I just haven't or have no intentions of having it.
Ever changing. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Say bye to breathing.
I'm actually making a video about the path of nihility and how nihility is a rather unique path because of most of the followers are not voluntary or conscious followers, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. Like if for you to follow nihility, you basically have to accept that the universe is pointless and existence is pointless. So if you have the intention to follow nihility, then it kind of means you have purpose, which contradicts nihility. So the people who follow nihility are people who don't go out of their way, or it isn't their intention to follow nihility.
Stand still.
Have you seen the Sunday Stellaron Hunter theory? Yeah, I've seen a few people mention that the rumor currently is that Sunday is going to be joining the Stellaron Hunters in the next part of the story. I don't know if I
Chosen.
maybe agree isn't the right word, I don't know if that's gonna happen. It might,
Good times never
but
last.
I can't picture why Sunday would want to join the Stellaron Hunters, and even if he did, why Elio would allow it. Unless maybe like Elio knew ahead of time that at some point they needed well, what's his name? Sunday to help them with something.
Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
Any idea of Firefly's second and third death? I think the first death was the death meme, right? And then the second death was after we woke up from the first dream, she unalived herself to essentially force herself to wake up so she can wake up other people in Sunday's dream. So that's the second death. And then her third death is what we currently don't know yet. But we kind of had a chat about this yesterday, and I think the consensus was that it's likely gonna be a more symbolic death. As in, like, maybe she cures herself and no longer needs the suit, and I don't know, she retires the name Firefly and becomes somebody else, or maybe she doesn't need the suit anymore or something like that. I don't know.
I can do this.
But it would be really surprising to me if the story decided to permanently kill her off. That would be pretty interesting to see if they went that route. But I mean, she's summonable, right? So then again, Ting Yun is summonable, but she's supposedly dead.
Some value, I suppose.
So yeah, we don't know what her third death is. That's basically the roundabout way of saying that.
Ill fate descends. Memories are ever beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Yeah, Gallagher being dead is something that kind of just flew under the radar.
Good times, never time to say bye. Boom.
As if Hoyo's gonna kill her on her own banner. It's unlikely, but wouldn't that be like a really crazy twist? Imagine the riots that would happen if people found out that, well, you can summon Firefly, but if you play the story, she's gonna end up dead.
Ill tidings manifest.
There's more to life.
As long as you're not an important 4-star, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, like, look at Arlen. Like, everyone basically forgot about Arlen and he's still alive, right? So that's the trick. You have to kind of be under the radar if you're a 4-star. Otherwise, the writers are going to be like, hey, we want to kill off a character. Which 4-star? They probably have a dartboard of like 4-star characters that just randomly throw it out. Like, that guy's going to die today. And Arlen's never going to experience that because they always forget to put his picture on the board or something.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Did Gallagher commit not alive? Or something? Somebody say that he is just an entity and if he accomplishes his missions, he will disappear. If I recall correctly,
Remain in the dark. Ill fate descends.
he kind of just faded out of existence more because he became less fictional, I guess, if you want to say it that way. So it's implied that he is no longer alive. But they never really outright showed that he is gone. Because again, we don't really know what Gallagher even actually looks like. Because even Sunday says that Gallagher is a combination of a lot of different individual appearances from the family. So that's not what Gallagher looks like. So Gallagher might look completely different. You know, Gallagher might be a cat.
An elusive foretelling.
or a dog?
Ill tidings manifest.
We just don't know.
Come any closer.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Firefly will join the Trailblazers. Okay, let me ask all of you a question. How many of you are shipping Trailblazer with Firefly?
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Because I'm going to bring up something we talked about yesterday, but
Stand still.
I guess if the gender is the what's the guy MC Callus? Yeah, it's Callus. Let's say it's with Callus. Callus? Oh damn, I don't know how to say his name. Okay. So here's a conversation that happened yesterday. So you know how Firefly seemed kind of attached with the main character, right? And they almost have the same hair color, like the grayish hair, which not a lot of other characters have. Then, so if you think about that, and if you think about the fact that the main character is an artificial creation, which means they were created because they wanted to house a Stellaron, so you know they were basically cloned or something like that. So what if Firefly's DNA or something like that was used in the creation of the main character, and that's why she's so attached? They are functionally clones or siblings of themselves. That was the conversation yesterday, and if that's the case, all the shippers are gonna be, oh no, we don't want that. Because then it's gonna be an Alabama thing. Because she's so attached to the main character, right? But like if you think about it, she's attached almost like a big sister kind of thing, not really like a romantic interest. But what if she's like actually, oh, you're actually my child? That's gonna be such a... Everyone's gonna be like, oh, hold on, wait, what?
What do you want to know?
Yeah, Kafka is like the Trailblazers like mom or something like that, and then Firefly is like his sibling. I don't know.
Continue.
And then you have like Silverwolf is like the younger sister who like plays games all day, and then Blade is just like the elder brother who's stoic. And then you have Elio who's the house pet. It's like because he's a cat. So
Ill tidings manifest. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss. Good times. No time to.
it's such a screwed up thing to think about. Apply Shockbolt Crown to an enemy target, and when the target turn starts, unleash Lightning Storm that deals DOT. Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Isn't Kalos part of the Stellaron Hunters in the past? I think Blade mentioned it. Yes, he was. Apparently, the main character spent quite a lot of time with the Stellaron Hunters. He learned from all of them. Or he or she, depending on which character you choose. But they were basically training him to be able to,
Say bye to breathing.
I guess, to do the role that he's doing now. That's why Kafka has that attachment to him. I mean, jokes aside.
Stand still.
Kafka was the one that... I think Blade even mentioned that the main character followed Kafka around a lot.
What do you want to know? Ill tidings manifest. Relax.
But I did see a lot of people say that when we first met Firefly, it felt a little bit forced.
All will be swept
Like
away
they
by the
felt
wind.
like she was kind of throwing herself to the main character.
Good times. No time to say bye.
And at times it did kind of feel that way, but I don't think it was too bad. I always pick the nice dialogue options for Kafta when I talk to her. I don't know. I like to pick the ones that are
Stand still.
kind of what I myself would say, I guess. Oh no,
Value, I
it's Sam. So did Firefly and main character meet before or Firefly joined after MC? I'm not actually sure about that. I know that at the very least Kafka and Blade were there when the main character was in the Stellaron Hunters. I'm not sure if Silverwolf and Firefly were there, but if I'm not mistaken, they were. Because who was it that said that before the main character came around, Elio factored his plans essentially around the Stellarons themselves. So every time a Stellaron appeared, they would either go and retrieve it or they would make a plan that works around the location of that Stellaron. And that changed when the main character came around. So my assumption is that all four of them were already in the Stellaron Hunters, and then the main character was the quote-unquote last member.
Memories are ever changing. Beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
She heard us? Yeah, no problem.
Relax.
The Trailblazer is in here.
Ill tidings manifest. May as well kill them all. Good times.
Holy
Time to
crap.
say bye. Boom.
Mission failed.
Oops. Oh, they kind of spoiled what's gonna happen to Firefly in the next story. She's just gonna be dead.
Stand still.
Existence is unity.
That's what's gonna happen to her. Just a bunch of lightning that's gonna come and she's just gonna die. Let's just randomly get stuff. I don't think it matters at this point.
No.
Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. I'm kind of surprised at how thought out this event actually is. Like if you compare this to Genshin, right? You know, like if you play like Genshin events, some of the Genshin events are just, I feel, are kind of not really lackluster, but it doesn't feel like they put in too much effort. I don't know, maybe that's not fair to say. But the last one that I played was the potion one. And it's like always like this business management stuff. You're gonna manage a stall and the story is always the same. I kinda like events like this more, which is like a roguelite. I feel that's more fun.
All will be
Because you can try different characters that you might not have and you can see how all the different effects change the gameplay.
stand still.
No way they drip market her only for her to die. I'm guessing you're talking about Sam.
No.
No, I don't think they're gonna kill her. If anybody dies in Star Rail, it's always gonna be a 4-star.
Beneath the water lies an endless abyss. Good times.
I doubt they're gonna kill a 5-star, and more so, I don't think they're gonna kill a 5-star that is so well liked by the community. I mean, they might do it. Like, if I was the writer and I wanted to screw people, I'd probably do it, but
There's more to
I like those kind of more screwed up storylines.
Say bye to breathing.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
I don't know, like, how many of you actually still play Genshin Impact? I'm just kind of curious. Or have most of you kind of moved towards Star Rail? Or do you play like both? Because I've kind of fell off Genshin quite a bit. Like, I only play if there's a main story, or if there's like Dainsliff involved, or there's a character that I really, really want. But other than that, you know, I don't really play it as much. Whereas with Star Rail, I just... Sometimes even I get tired of Star Rail, but I just keep coming back to it for some reason.
I can do this.
Not only for the story, but for all the other... Like, you know, the events are really fun. Even the side quests, some of them are really, really good. For me, Kafka could one day die. There's this idea, I guess a theory, I guess if you want to call it that, that at the end of the story, the thing that will... Because Kafka is kind of out to gain emotions and stuff. And apparently the thing that will give her that may be something that requires her to sacrifice herself in place of the main character.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Hello, I like watching your video, but I don't agree with you like 80% of the time. That's fine. I mean, a lot of the videos are theory videos, so there's bound to be different, you know, different opinions, and that's okay. A lot of the times, I still read a lot of the comments that people post when they come up with their own interpretations of what the theory is going to be like. And I very much welcome that, as long as it's, you know, very civil. And so far it's been civil. Because I kind of think of the channel as just... I think of it like this. You know how if you read a manga or you watch an anime or something and there's a cliffhanger, and then maybe you get with some friends and like, oh, I think this is going to happen, or I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of going for. So if you have a different opinion, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has a different idea of what they want from the story.
Destiny is apparent.
I want Fiorina in Genshin. Did you not have a chance to get her when she first appeared? Bartending event in Star Rail was so good and fun. The thing about that bartending event is that I liked mixing all the drinks. It was fun, but the underlying story was so depressing. It's not a bad thing. I like those kind of stories. It's like all the monsters all have this, you know, they were saved by Shoban, and
Grace and elegance.
it was so depressing to see that happening in the backstory. I was like, oh god. I just want to mix drinks. I thought the event was about mixing drinks and serving people, and I have to deal with all this emotional stuff that's happening in the background. That's what I like about Star Rail. I mean, there are times where it doesn't take itself seriously, like this baseballer event thing, but you know, they still slip in a lot of
May as well kill 'em all.
really interesting topics. Set for Blade, will he ever get what he wants? He wants to die, right? That's essentially what he wants. But apparently, that's what Elio has promised each of them. As long as they follow the script, they will get
Swept away by the wind.
what they all individually wish for. That's the only reason they follow him. So I would imagine if Elio is as good as predicting the future as he is, at some point Blade is probably gonna get what he wants. Now, how that happens, I don't know. It might be a completely, he might get tricked into something, but
What do you want?
I don't know. Right now, maybe it's Stockholm syndrome, but I kind of feel that Elio might not be the bad guy we think he is.
Memories are ever changing.
I don't know.
Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Kind of glad you exist. There are so few lore channels on Star Rail, and sometimes I get confused in what happens in the story. So it's really, oh, that's great. I mean, to be fair, sometimes even I get kind of confused with what's going on with the story. And I have to put in a lot of disclaimers that even I'm confused with what's happened. Especially when I'm talking about stuff like, what do you call that? What do you call that thing? The Path of Beauty. Like, if I've made a video about it and I had like, I don't know, 2 minutes or 3 minutes of just telling people, look, I don't know what this thing is. I'm gonna attempt to explain it, but
Stand still.
but the good thing is that even if I do get something wrong, a lot of the times there's people who kind of share opinions within the comments. So, there's always people who will give a different perspective of or what the story interpretation might be. So that's a good thing about.
Existence is unity.
Elio is Crollo if he was a good guy. You mean Crollo from Hunter x Hunter? Are you talking about Hunter x Hunter? Because I've been waiting for a chapter update, but the mangaka doesn't seem to want to continue the story. I'm not sure why. Like, he started a huge arc with the new, what's it called? I haven't read in a long time that even I forget the new world or whatever it's called. And he's just like, I'm gonna take a break. I know he has like health issues and stuff like that, and I can understand that, but the Dark Continent. Yes, thank you.
Destiny isn't chosen.
I just want the story to continue, please. I want to know what happens on the Dark Continent. I want to know what Netero's son is gonna do. I want to know what happens to the Succession Wars. There's so many things going on. I want to know whether the spiders are gonna die. But at this point, I have just lost all hope. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. The thing about the Dark Continent one is that some of it is very text heavy. So if you're not used to those kind of reading explanations, it might turn some people off.
Good times. No time to say bye.
Another one that is text heavy but I really like is World Trigger. Oh my god! Crazy Arcana. Is World Trigger. I really like that manga because the story is, I like the main character because the main character is not a typical
In life's garden.
it's not a typical I'm gonna be the best person. Like, everybody around him is so much more powerful than he is, but he just tactically wins at everything.
Waiting means
All will be swept.
And he's well aware that he's weak. I like World Trigger's protagonist a lot.
Ill fate descends. Say bye to breathing.
Then there's where you start an event about an abandoned cat with a sexy lady, and you ended up with depression because the cat had terminal illness and died waiting for her owners.
Move.
What? Ah crap! I pressed the wrong thing. I don't know. I like more like darker stories, but there's a time and place for it. It doesn't always have to be depressing and morose all the time. The mangaka of Hunter x Hunter is too busy playing Monster Hunter. Hey, speaking of Monster Hunter, have you seen the current state of play for the next one? I think there was a trailer that came out like recently. Have you guys seen the new Monster Hunter? I'm really looking forward to that. The only thing I'm worried is that it seems that all the monsters can have desert traits, and I don't need every monster to be a Diablos that's just, you know, diving out of the sand every 5 minutes.
Ill tidings manifest.
I hope we get different biomes for Monster Hunter. I hope it's not just the desert. I'm pretty sure we will, but it looks like the focus is on deserts at the moment.
Good times. No time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
Those are my favorites, literally. Kuga Yuma is a boss. Yeah, all the characters. I like the fight. What was the before the current arc? There was a fight with the top ranking B rank something for World Trigger. I don't remember. It happened so long ago. There was a team that everybody was like wearing suits and stuff. Was it Ninomiya? I think that's his name. I don't remember. But I really liked that fight because the way he resolved it was just, it was so genius. And the killing blow was from the main character, and everybody underestimated him throughout the entire fight. It was so gratifying to see he's like, oh, he's the one that did the killing blow.
Reevaluating. Initiating.
How much HP does this guy have? Man, I really hate Svarog. Of course, I'm not paying 100% attention to this anyway, so...
So this is the warmth of life. Last. Time to say bye. Boom.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure of the details of Sunday's plan. Like, there were 3 things that he was using, right? The souls of the Oak family, the remnants of Enna, and the... What's the other one? The remnants of Enna and the Stellaron. But I never understood how all those things resulted in the dream that he had. In the dream that he created.
May as well kill them all.
Which is your favorite character in Honkai Star Rail? Oh, that's a difficult. That is not something you wanna ask me because I'm gonna spend like the next 3 hours just trying to figure out what it is. But what do you mean? Do you mean like in terms of gameplay or do you mean in terms of lore? Because yeah, it took too long and I just finished People love to say how weak Osamu is, but they never consider how fast he's improving compared to other agents who have like 2 more years of experience. The thing I like about Osamu is that everybody just assumes he's bad and they just keep making the same mistakes and just think he's just not gonna have a plan. And I really like the fact that he's one of those people who just has backup plans upon backup plans and is just aware that he's weak. It's not like any situation where, you know, he's thinking of like, oh, I pull something out of my ass and achieve it. That's what I like about that character. In-law, probably Sampo. I like Sampo because he's just a completely chaotic person, but at the same time, he seems to have like values. Probably Sampo. Let me see. I can't remember all the characters. Let's see all the characters. None from the top row. Nothing here. I like Screwlum as well. He runs his own planet. It's a multi-trillionaire. Seems pretty cool. I'm interested in Welt's story. I don't know whether we're gonna get a Welt story or not. But I guess right now, if in terms of lore, I would probably say Sampo. I like Sampo because he seems like one of those characters who would sell his own kids to make money, but it's like he won't sell all his kids. You know, he has a code of honor, but it's kind of it's a bendable code of honor. It's something that it's flexible, I mean. If you're talking about just, you know, like for the sake of like completely funny characters, I like Jingcui. I don't know how she hasn't gotten fired at this point. She just dips out on work and just goes and plays mahjong. So I like her in general. Tell me, who do you think it was who provided power to Sunday's boss in his ult where he gets into contact with some sort of Eon because Anna died, right? So this is my convoluted thinking. This is not anywhere close to what the real answer is. But I would probably say that he probably got the power from a combination of the Stellaron, the souls of the 100,000 people from the family, as well as the remnants of Anna. My guess is he basically created something like a pseudo path and then use all those 100,000 people to power that path, because it doesn't have to be a path. I'm just using a path as an example. But he probably used the souls of all 100,000 Oak family members to power that, and maybe the remnants of Anna to kind of bootstrap the whole thing. Like, I don't know where the power came from, and that's why I was like saying earlier how it kind of confused me between the Stellaron, Anna's remains, and the, what do you call that? The 100 souls, or whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm gonna switch over to Wuthering Waves. I know it's, just give me like a second to switch over to that real quick, because I kind of want to continue the storyline from yesterday. Agenti is great in my opinion because I love that he's a large ham, a large ham with a heroic code. Yeah, I mean he's the he's the proverbial knight in shining armor, isn't he? He's exactly that. Like he's just, you know, he has like that chivalry code, and he just does those things because it's what he wants to do, I guess. That's how he behaves. Although the way Himeko described the Knights of Beauty, apparently that's not how most of the Knights of Beauty behave. So he's probably like the outlier in that little group. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the souls were used as a way to, as a sort of a power source. The theme song changed? Yeah, I'm moving to Wuthering Waves. I was so caught up in playing the event, I just completely lost track of time. So I was just gonna play the event for like 30 minutes or something like that, and I just got caught up with chatting and all that shit. How are you liking the story of Wuthering Waves? Do you find any interesting lore tidbits? There are some moments that I feel that feel a little bit silly, if that makes sense. But some of the story is a bit interesting. I like the crazier characters so far, like Scar. I like the story that Scar gave, how there was this shepherd who tricked everyone, and there was all this thing about people kind of sacrificing each other to get their own wishes and things like that. I like that part of the story. I thought it was like, it sets up that there's something going on in the background. But I would be lying if I didn't say that there's some part of the stories that I feel is a little bit kind of goofy. Some of the things, like especially the secret society stuff, like we were kind of talking about it yesterday. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know, but let's continue with this. Where is... There she is. We're finally gonna meet Wuwa's sample?
Rover, there you are.
Do you know that in the old version of Wuthering Waves, Yang Yang died in the beginning? Really? I heard that the reason why a lot of people hated one of the 5-star characters was because of how they handled his story.
We walked the streets, wearing the Blake bloom like you said. Talked to various people, but I didn't hear anything useful. Nothing in particular, just some small talk.
Hey, aren't you the girl from earlier?
Yeah, you're so pretty. Can I take another selfie with you? The one we did earlier looked a bit blurry.
What? That's a weird conversation choice.
Please stop teasing me. Shizuya did say she found someone suspicious. Look, it's him.
Ooh, the old man? Or the girl that's us? Okay, never mind. Somebody else.
Rover, perfect timing. This guy's been sniffing around here for a while now. He keeps trying to talk to the elderly and minors. I've been keeping an eye on him.
Oh god, this guy looks like a douche.
And I saw a little girl with with him. She kept turning her head and looking around, but now she's nowhere to be found. This is super fishy. Hey, I'm Patrol Letitia. Sir, business.
Will I stream tomorrow? Yeah, probably will. Same time as today. The plan was to finish Wuthering Wave story.
Just a humble information broker. I've been traveling around, helping people out in my own small way.
I'm sorry, but like he's wearing the Oakley glasses and all that. Like these just screams douche.
I see. So no license. I bet you don't have a fixed business location either.
Alto is like like Sampo, but less chaotic. Oh, okay.
Business location? Why would I need that?
Now show me your organizational accreditation, please.
I'll probably be at work for your stream, but I'll say hi. No worries about it, man. The only reason I'm streaming tomorrow is because I happen to have the day off. Most of the time, it's just gonna be Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, I'm an honest broker of information. Always open to negotiations at the right price. I'm the all-time Intel champ, with more bestseller certificates than I can count.
No license? No clear business plan? You're running an illegal business. Then who's your supervisor? You should at least have their ID number.
The suit he's wearing, especially the shoulders, reminds me of the suit in what's the name of that manga? Gantz? Gantz.
My supervisor. Oh, right. She's like a super big deal. She's an ancient being. Born on this planet we're living on.
Spotlight.
She's the will of the star, the reverberation of everything in this world.
Are you for real?
So do you even have a supervisor or not?
What? Come on! I already told you about her. Why won't you believe me?
Yeah, I believe you. I know what's going on. Now, sir, you're coming with me to the patroller station.
Oh, come on, please. I didn't do anything illegal. I was just looking for someone. A little girl. About this tall?
Is he talking about Encore? Okay, hold on. This is another thing that I want to bring up. So in yesterday's story when we played, apparently we're looking for that black flower that apparently belongs to the secret organization, which is not so secret because anyone wearing the flower is a part of that secret organization. And this just proves it. Is he from the secret organization? Because isn't that a black flower right there? Doesn't it just reveal you're part of the secret organization?
You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Oh, you saw her earlier. It's that girl.
Yeah, it's like secret organization. Yeah, exactly. He was just walking around with the flower in his hand and he just, pinwheeled it up into the air. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Wait, how do you know?
will you live stream when 2.3 live stream? Yes, I will probably do the special program. That's kind of one of the other reason why I wanted to do a stream, because quite a few people have asked me to watch that, but I never have the time to edit a 1-hour video. So I'm probably gonna schedule one to watch the 2.3 special program just so that I can ramble on while it's going. What in the world is going on?
Encore! I've looked everywhere for you.
Back off! Leave that girl alone.
Miss Patroller, she's the girl I've been looking for.
Hello, little one. Is your name Encore? Do you know this person? Yes! Encore knows him. Uncle Alto sells stuff without a license. He listens in on people for commercial secrets, and he loves pulling kids.
He's just
Bad guy, really.
he just reveals everything.
Ah, Encore! Remember our little chat? What did I say about calling me uncle in public again? I am not.
That's what he's bothered with. Yeah, is that what you're gonna focus on?
Miss Farina, where did you meet this girl?
Any date expected for 2.3 special program? I'm not sure, but usually it's a week before it comes out, right? So boothill has like 3 weeks left in the banner, 2 weeks left. So probably sometime next week, I think. We're gonna get the special program for the 2.3. Although I need to figure out how to actually schedule that stream thing, whether I just do it as a stream or whether I schedule it as a premiere. Probably it's gonna be a premiere stream, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I ran into her near a cliff on my way home. She was eating a poisonous mushroom. I managed to make her the antidote in time. Imagine what would have happened if I wasn't there. Don't worry. Encore's had plenty of that mushroom already.
Why is she just going around eating just random shit? I mean, look at her uncle.
Why did you go to such a dangerous place alone, little Encore?
This upcoming Friday? Yeah, that's probably right. I'm not sure.
We got your back, little one. No worries. Just tell us what you know. Because Encore must keep an eye on him.
The background music is so light-hearted. But these two are probably like super screwed up.
Kids can have such wild imaginations sometimes.
Hey, Alto! Didn't you just send Encore there? Wait, why are they all giving you the side-eye?
Encore. Some things are better left unspoken, you know. Since the situation has come to this, I've got no choice but to tell you. Indeed! We're here for
I skipped something.
and it's a crucial one. You want to know what it is? Let's go, Encore!
Hey! Alto! Wait for me!
See ya! We still have a world to save!
Wait!
Why are you chasing like they just disappeared?
We can't let him get away! I'll go search in the residential area.
Where am I supposed to go here? Was that an echo? Why is he doing like a Naruto run?
What is this? Is he mocking us? I'll go down that way towards the patrol station. I know the streets here like the
Ooh,
back
chest.
of my hand.
Where are we supposed to go? Oh, here? Oh, there it is.
Here's another split in the road. I'll go look for him in the square. I'll leave the other side to you.
Even the dog's curious, like what in the world is going on?
Over there, at the end of that alley.
Apocalyptic Shadow Mode? What is that? New game mode? I heard there's gonna be a new game mode. Is that what it's called? I haven't had a look at the mechanics yet.
Over here. Well,
Oops.
we weren't really running from you.
Clicked on the wrong thing.
We just wanted to make sure you were alone.
Be good, please.
What kind of new game mode is it? Is it like a roguelike thing or is it like a simulated universe kind of thing? What? What kind of response is this?
That's enough, Encore. You're freaking out.
Dogs in this universe are doing backflips unprompted. Somebody had to program that, you know.
Encore just did as Alto said.
Like they had to come into work and their boss was like, look, I know you want to do like new character designs or you want to get on the, you know, new banner team or something like that. But today I need you to do
Questions for you.
dog flipping. I need you to program the dog backflipping.
Two ladies wear those counterfeit Blake blooms and attract our attention.
The post, it got announced like 1 or 2 months ago. Oh, I did not.
Must admit.
Probably missed it.
So, you worked with a plant type resonator.
They'll give a boss type enemy a buff upgrade, then we fight that. Okay, that kind of makes sense as a game mode because we have a game mode that benefits erudition characters with the pure fiction. So now that we have a single target thing, it's probably gonna put hunt in the forefront, I guess, if you wanna call it that.
Later. We happen to know someone like that too, don't we?
Yeah, there are more than one of them out there.
It's pretty interesting how they're making the characters relevant. They're just introducing game modes where those type of characters are, you know, are useful or relevant. So like if you want to play pure fiction, having an erudition character is probably a good route. If you're playing the game in general, destruction is pretty good. If you're going with like simulated universe, every character is pretty much good if you have the right blessings. And then if you have like boss fights, now suddenly characters with single target focus damage is going to be like super good. So like every character is going to be relevant.
So please, tell us, what do you want from the Black Shores?
Let's just tell him my past might be related to the Black Force.
Oh, really? So that lead about you is right indeed. Like what they say here in Huanglong, the straight hook is for willing fish to bite.
Yeah, it seems like every content now has a place for each of the
Caught our attention.
DPS type characters. Hunt, erudition, and destruction kind of just does well generally.
People you've been looking for are right in front of you.
I saw AS leaked gameplay. Boothill and Firefly will be the best to use in that mode.
Now, how's that for
I heard Firefly got nerfed a little bit
you have it, free of charge.
in the most recent beta or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, not that
So I'm not sure whether
Are we not what you had in mind?
what exactly changed. I think some of her break stats got changed.
I know you must have a ton of questions for me.
Speaking of which, I need to start pre-farming for that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
As you already know, I'm an information broker. That means I make deals instead of passing out freebies. You want information from me? You gotta give me something in return. Relax, Rover. We just want to make a deal with you. We want you to come with us to an abandoned Court of Savante facility to help us recover a resonance beacon. In turn, I'll tell you everything we know so far. Our business is centered around customer satisfaction and built on integrity. Otherwise, we wouldn't qualify as consultants of the Black Shores. And since you're a first-time customer, I'm pleased to offer you an additional gift.
Is it a free summon? Are we getting it? Oh, just a flower.
Here, have this. This should prove your
I thought we were gonna get a free summons.
represents. And if you still have doubts about us, just show it to that plant-savvy young miss. She'll be able to tell. Finally, as a last
She's just slightly weaker now. Not relevant, only slight nerf. That's good.
encore.
She went through like 4 different changes, right? If I'm not mistaken. I didn't really follow it too deeply, but
Please help us.
what the hell is this?
Please.
Look at this poor child pleading to you like that. How could anyone have the heart to decline?
Can I say no?
Settle
This
there.
has absolutely no effect on me.
We'll be waiting for you near this beacon in Whining Ix's mire. And don't forget to come alone, okay?
But you know, I did see a little bit of Firefly gameplay, and the
Rover, did you find them?
the double sword thing that she does, where she just goes ham on slashing everything, reminded me of a character from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which is this really, it's not that old, but it's been around, like it's a gacha game essentially. What's the name of that character? Was it Xeno or Zero or something like that? I don't know if anybody played that, but she just reminded me of that character for some reason, because they use like two-handed swords and dual-handed swords, and it just started spinning and doing damage.
Seriously?
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that looks familiar.
As I expected. This flower is indeed a type of remnant plant. And it contains a very unique kind of remnant energy.
Version 3 Firefly super break damage is 700k now. I think it'll be 630k plus support break. Oh.
No way.
I mean, the power creep is kind of getting up there.
Not as mysterious as people make him out to be.
But the most important thing for me with Firefly is her element. I just really need a fire DPS.
Tell you.
Is she better with a healer or with a shielder? I think she's better with a shielder, right?
That place.
Because her abilities just
Research institution.
takes up like most of her HP, and then her enhanced attack will just gain that HP back over the course of her altered mode or something like that.
Because of the dangerous weather conditions in Whining Ix's mire, it's been ages since anyone went there. Don't worry, Yang Yang. We all know how strong our rover is. Okay, Rover, I'll tell the Academy about this, and they'll help transmit your data from the Resonance Nexus. Then, that beacon in the Whining Ix's mire should be unlocked for you. There have been frequent tacit field activities recently. If you're going there alone, please be careful. Just ring us whenever you need a hand. We'll come rushing.
He's basically Blade. Oh damn, this is really far away. Where is it? It's all the way here. Cool. You're going for Jade?
Hey, Rover.
I think there were quite a few people earlier who mentioned they were going for Jade.
I've sent the coordinates of that.
I mean, a lot of the things is that
to your terminal.
characters that were weak before eventually become stronger when they release characters. Characters that were not relevant suddenly become relevant. So I don't think there's like a bad choice.
Now that we're in the same boat, let me fill you in on what we're getting into before we dive in. The Corte Sabante is a mysterious scientific research organization. They're best known for their research in automata mechanics. But what really put them on the map isn't that. It's all the bizarre experiments they did.
There's always a faction that just goes around doing
What's with the psychedelic
dubious
light coming from
experiments on
Havent's
people.
fire? And is that freaky ring in the waters really the lake monster's doing? One day, a daring young scientist soared into the sky and never returned. Could this be the beginning of another diabolical plot?
Alto, why are you telling bedtime stories now? Is it time to sleep already?
Ahem. My bad. Old habits die hard, but the big part is coming right up. One day,
I have not built out Gallagher yet, so
Corda Savante member vanished. The last words from that mysterious researcher, the Corda Savante Committee's chairman, was this. Ahem. You want my research? You can have it! I left everything I gathered in the Corda Savante.
why don't you want to buy? Why don't you want to build Qingcui? I like Qingcui. She's kind of fun to play, but she's the only quantum DPS I have. I didn't really like Sealer, and I wanted to go for Jade, but the problem is I wanted Firefly first, so probably on a rerun I'll try and get her. But
I suppose the magistrate at Jinjo has already told you what we do? We've set up resonance beacons worldwide to monitor the lament, collecting data in real time. This is how
Gallagher seems to be really good. Like, I've seen so many builds recently with like all the new characters that's coming out that it's almost like a Gallagher is in every one of those teams. Plus he's like a 4-star.
after the Corda Savante researchers disappeared. All of our
Qingqi is good if you have her Eidolons. Yes, I have her at E6. Because I'm unlucky.
Recently, something went wrong with our lament detection system, and we suspected it had something to do with a damaged beacon around the area.
I kinda like RNG type characters. Like if I'm trying to accomplish something, then I will most likely play something more reliable. But if I'm just doing things just to screw around, I like those kind of randomized characters that, especially those that have like playing card mechanics. Like you just randomly get these different cards and each different card does a different thing. I think Aventurine had a kit like that before they overhauled his kit.
To retrieve the lost resonance beacons, we also might find some treasures.
Alto, even Encore can tell what you're up to.
The most satisfying thing with Qingque is the fact that she can do the follow-up attack. Like, it's so satisfying when you just hit a huge chunk of damage and then she just follow-up attack and just hits another chunk of damage.
It's called seize the opportunity while I can. You're just too young to get it. Come on, let's go.
Right now, the main DPS that I use for a majority of things is either Acheron, Kafka and Black Swan, or Jingliu. That's the one that I'm kind of mostly using right now. What is that? Why does it have that? Let's kill it. Okay. I stopped building Qingque when I got Imbiber Lune. I don't know. Imbiber Lune has been...
Working? How come
It's a random assortment of monsters.
They all just appeared out of nowhere.
That's weird. Anyway, let's deal with them, shall we?
Oops. Let's kill this thing.
Let me be your blade.
Where's the lightning bird? Dad. The gold monsters usually drop echoes. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Have any of you gotten one of the shiny echoes at the phantom ones? I've not seen one yet so far. But given my luck, I'm probably never gonna see it.
Ugh. Those savants really love their puzzles. Don't. No wonder folks never managed to get inside after all these years. Their security's top notch.
How is their security top notch if there's like a literal puzzle outside? It just opens the whole thing if you figure it out.
Closed.
Anyway, we've got to figure out how to open it up again.
Use the spinning device to connect pathways and complete. This does not seem like a tremendously good. Oh, this is the one exactly like. Okay. I know what's going on. This is the high security system. Seriously? Or maybe I'm just stupid. There you go. And now it's open.
This is... Oh, no wonder. Those crazy savants. They were trying to recreate the retroact rain.
Very, very high security. Yeah. Like the secret societies are not really secret societies, and high security isn't really high security.
Never thought they could pull off something like this. Incredible. The retroact rain is essentially a form of condensed remnant energy from the etheric sea. Various events across space and time from every dimension are recorded in the form of remnant energy. The retroact rain conjures illusions of past events for those exposed to it.
Various events across space and time from every dimension are recorded in the form of remnant energy. Oh, the lore is getting
That rain curtain we saw
really
earlier is
confusing.
probably the result of their experiments. Before the retroact rain forms, it goes through 3 stages. In the first stage, it looks just like any regular rain.
So is the rain like some sort of portal thingy to another dimension, or it's like remnants of another dimension or something like
What we're
that?
seeing now should be the second stage. Water droplets floating in midair, being absolutely still. I've heard of plenty independent studies on the retroact rain. Most of the researchers were driven by their obsessions, while some wanted to relive a particular experience, and others yearned to reunite with their loved ones.
Okay, so basically you can just... Okay.
Look at all these devices here. The sheer scale of this research is really something. It really makes one wonder. What on earth were they trying to bring back with such a massive retroact rain? The power system here might still work. Let's split up and find it.
Find a way to turn on the electricity.
Willie's Runaway!
Okay. I'm actually gonna stop here because I completely lost track of the time. Star Rail kind of took up a lot of the stream today, but I'm gonna just probably stop at this point. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep playing until I pass out, which is not good. So we're just gonna stop. I don't want this to be an addiction thing. I have no self-control. I need to have limits. Otherwise, I'm just gonna blow through all the content without without thinking so much. So I have to pace myself. Sorry, Sushi. Yeah, so I'll be streaming tomorrow. Usually it's on Saturdays and Sundays. And I will be doing tomorrow. I'll probably stream tomorrow, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do Tuesday stream as well, just to kind of finish up. The goal was to finish up Wuthering Waves, but today the Star Rail conversation and Star Rail event kind of took over it completely. So before the 2.3, I kind of want to finish Wuthering Waves and maybe do some videos about it. So I'll probably stream tomorrow and Tuesday as well. And after that, I'll just go to the normal Saturdays and Sundays. I think there's a video that came out yesterday for Star Rail and today as well. So go to check that out if you guys have the time. I'll update any changes to the stream timing on the community channel. And I'll probably do like a 9:30 or probably maybe a bit earlier because again I wanted to finish this. And upcoming stuff, I think I'm going to probably do something for the special program. So probably we can just go through that once it comes out.
Will be ours.
As well as when Yinlin comes out, I'm probably going to do a few summons with her. And when Firefly, we're going to do some summons for her as well. And if 4.7 for Genshin is interesting, the Dying Slave quest, I'm probably going to play that as well. So there's quite a bunch of things to go through. So thanks so much for joining today's stream. It's been pretty fun. This is kind of what I was hoping for, to be honest with all of you. It's just a conversation and everyone can just chat about different things. So I'm glad that it turned out this way. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekends. And if anybody is doing any last minute pulls and stuff like that, good luck to you. As usual, have a nice day. See you guys. Bye.